let's review the second season of Testament Sister New Devil. Cause why not? I mean, it has everything I like for a harem anime. So yeah, what's the story all about? Well, I cannot really tell. It's so complicated and boring. It's kind of pointless to even consider much. Basically, what I was looking for was the attractive female characters and the numerous edgy scenes between them and the badass protagonist. Yeah, this is also positive for the show, as the main character is actually worth a damn and can even fight. He's also very good in interacting with the ladies. The moment when Basra gets to grow up, make out with the girls from his harem, are the highlights of the show. It's what made Testament of Sister New Devil popular to begin with. Not the story or world building, but the fun and rather explicit erotic scenes. Then it tries to be serious and incorporate some tired narrative about demons and their political gains for power. And yet by the end of the story, all I care about was animated is. We get enough of those here, which made this kind of a show a bit more pleasurable. It's a pity though, because I remember the first season being a bit more cohesive, or at least more engaging and dynamic than this. The action feels so tired and generic, and characters don't get much development. Basically, the second season is an excuse to show Basra grow up his harem again. A noble objective. Too bad it ended up in such a mediocre action anime. Testament of Sister New Devil Burst also offers more screen time to other characters like Kurumi, for example. Such a beautiful tsundere loli. No wonder she's a joy to tease. I like how over-the-top stereotypical her personality is, always acting cool, and there's interest towards the protagonist while being extremely sensitive to stimulation.
Now I see the reason you showed up. Thank you for coming.
I didn't come here to help you or Mio. I only came here so I could help support my sister.
Her magical spot is armpit. Wow. You did it again, anime. I've seen it happen before in many of your Shav videos. This show is definitely worth a try. It has some good stuff, especially at the beginning. I can't even show clips of what Mio and Yuki were doing to strengthen their master-servant pact. That was beautiful. An honest display of trust and emotion. I might have mentioned this before in my reviews of the first season, how they call him differently while they submit. One goes with Big Brother and the other calls him Master. Now this is realistic and healthy. Having two girls call you like that while being naked. So that's what I've been missing out so far in my life. If only I knew it was this simple to have hot girls strip right in front of you. Live and learn, I guess. Live and learn. At first I praised the protagonist, Basra Tojo, for being an overpowered maniac that groups all the girls around him. But now after seeing him be so direct when interacting with them, I might even say that it works against fanservice. It may sound like I make no sense, considering how a willing and able Harem King is a wish of many audience members while watching this type of show. At first it worked. I mean, it worked really well. It was a joy to see him suck on them titties. But as it got repetitive, and as he showed less and less excitement for doing nasty things, it kinda lost its appeal. You see, I want the guy to be excited and savor every moment while he's groping and molesting all them fine ladies. But no, Basra takes it like his job, which makes the fun go away from it. It's sad, because otherwise these are the best edgy scenes put on screen, because of the armpit licking scene and the toe sucking one. Clips I obviously cannot show, only fantasize about. But yeah, I recommend you give it a try and see the amazingness of the first episode of Testament New Sister Burst. Now that I said the title, I gotta wonder, is it referring to my underwear bursting from my excitement while watching every single episode? Or is it referring to the bras of our double D teenage girls bursting when they get excited? I best ask my audience. This is a new thing, gentlemen. I wanna ask your opinion on this. Yeah, feel free to tell me in the comment section which one it is. Here am I talking about titties again. The only thing I'm half decent at. Oh well, we have quite some nice females to choose from. We get some chicks with small breasts, some sisters, MILFs, teachers, and dark-skinned demon hot ladies. Also there are succubus in this series. Maria is the naughty lolly that tricked Mio into becoming Basara's slave. What a nice good girl. Needless to say, I really enjoy this gimmick of having girls be dominated by main kata. Is that in a manner in which they get horny?
Nothing like eating breakfast with someone who's horny. So invigorating.
Hey, be quiet! I'm not horny!
And the Harem King has the fun of that titties for them to become stronger. Am I talking about the same thing over and over? I hope so. Because the anime keeps on giving us the same scenario in every episode. This show is hella repetitive. We get similar naughty scenes every single episode. I'm a huge fan of fanservice, so I kinda enjoy the nudity and the way these alternately flirt with each other. It's nice how they get skin-on-skin contact so often, and yet the show gets so filled with ecchi scenes. It kinda takes away from the beauty and anticipation of fanservice. Mia is very hot, I gotta say. She's very much the main girl archetype. She seems to be a ripoff of Ria's Gremory from the DxD franchise. Mia is even a princess in the demon Underworld, and they get to visit her hometown, just like Ria's did in the third season. This is where the story kicks in, and I pass out. Man, the narrative is so boring and unengaging, it's hard to even see a point to half of these battles that occur in this realm. There are talks about some secret power and some fractions. Whatever. I didn't care much about this underworld. I didn't care enough to understand any of this filler. I simply skipped the story and went to the good parts. Kinda like in a hentai. See here, this is the best and the worst the show has to offer. On one side, it is amazing how well and explicit some ecchi scenes are animated. On the other hand, the story that connects them into a sloppy narrative is boring, and overall uninteresting and lame. Sad. Very sad. As anime definitely has a lot of potential. I mean, think about it, an overpowered good-looking NC who touches women and fondles their titties every single episode. Sounds like an amazing thing to have in a harem anime. The girls are fun and attractive, not to mention they get completely naked every episode. So yeah, this should have been the hit of the decade, and yet sadly it isn't. So as I was saying, the girls are hot, willing and nasty. Mia's voluptuous, and looks and behaves a lot like Stella from Chevrolet of a Fair Night. But the other females are heat and beautiful.
Okay.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yuki is a childhood friend archetype. She is silent and very forward towards the protagonist. We basically have a standard rivalry between Mio and Yuki. Starting with the second season, Kurmin becomes my favorite. The Ampli Insane is the best I've ever seen in natural anime. We have quite a few other moments that may be able to rival that amazing fetish. I'd also mention Chisato Hasegawa. She's the hot MILF teacher from the school. At the beginning of the story, she's built as a villain, which only makes her even more sexy and dangerous. Plus she kinda looks like a domina. I mean, she's a bit older than the other girls, Basara gets to fondle. So, it feels like unexplored territory when he yanks her breast in lust and rage. There's more behind the story, but at each moment it's all that matters to me. Fanservice is very strong with this anime. And when it comes to kata development, we don't get much, if any. People stay kinda the same, Before I go, I also have to talk about that Leohard, evil-looking fella. He's a new rival to Basra and a very important personality in the Underworld. He seems pretty strong. What I like the most about him is his sister. That is a fine-looking woman. Weird how they are siblings. I mean, one is dark and the other is blonde and pure white. The hot blonde myth is also pretty strong and intimidating, which only adds to her appeal as a beautiful woman. Gorgeous, strong, and seductive. She also likes her brother a bit too much. On that high note, I give my final verdict. Sadly, all the succulent boobies can keep me away from noticing that the story sucks. Therefore, I give Testament Sister New Devil Burst 7 out of 10. If you like naked anime girls, you won't regret watching this anime.
Give them an order now, Basara!